read 38 books with me in 20 days. Okay, that's kind of boring. I can't lie. Now, let me be real with you. All the way in January, I said that I would read 50 books this whole year, which was like real calm to me because that meant like, you know, a book a week, maybe like 2 weeks I would like fall off. It would be okay because still a book a week. And currently, it's, what day is it? It's December 13th. And I've only read 13 books. But you know, if it was like Vlogmas or something, like, you know, that would be so tea because 13 books in 13 days. No, 13 books in a whole entire year. My goal was 50. You see what the problem is. So I'm gonna let her finish doing her video, but I just need to let y'all know why she's in this predicament in the first place. Continue, girl. A lot of times, picking the book that I want to read is the hardest part for me. So I've made a list of 18 books that I know for sure that I would love to read. I know. I said I need to read 37, only have a list of 18. Like I said, this is the hardest part. But right now there are 18 books for sure that I know I would like to read. I put in 18 pieces of papers with the numbers 1 through 18 written on them so I can randomly pick which book I want to read that coincides with my list. I do have 2 series on here. If it's a number from like in the middle of the series and it's like, oh, this should be read in order, or it'd be better if, I think they're both like, it would be better if they were read in order. I'm just gonna go to like the first one. Like, so like if, you know, I'm just gonna go to the first one that has yet to be read. I do think that it's possible that I can do this because half of the books I have right now are novellas, and the novellas are part of a series. So like in the sense of like, yeah, so I definitely think I got this for sure. Let's choose the first book. It's like Christmas morning. It's like my own advent calendar. First book is book number 8. First book is His Majesty by Sean. Oh, but this is a part of the series. This is the second book in the series. So I'm going to go to the first book in the series, which is called Yours by Sean. Yeah, we're going to go to that. Oh, His Majesty is the first one in the series. Okay, this book, the description says, second chances only work if both people want it. Josiah's all in. Majesty on the other hand. ... This is a novella. This book is only 61 pages, so this isn't going to be a hard fight for real. This shouldn't take me too long, is what I do know. And then she laid down, read 10 pages, fell asleep, got up, ate, and went back to sleep. Kylan, do you really want to meet this goal? Then tighten up! So today's December 15th. Yesterday, I finished reading His Majesty by Sean, the first book. So I leave 16 days to read 36 books. Not looking the greatest, but we got this. So my thoughts on this book, though, it was like low-key cool. It was it was a novella. It was cool. It was a novella. Not a lot of plot. So if you're into like the really like fast-paced, like if you're into one-shots, like this would be the book for you. I liked it. I was a little bit scared when it was like a second chance romance thing because I'm not really a second chance girly, because like, why didn't it work the first time? I don't know. And sometimes like I feel like I've read second chance books that have been like, oh, like something really bad happened for them to be second chance, but like this one was just like, girly pop was like, you're not really treating me the way you need to be treating me in our relationship, like you're not really being romantic. But she was like, you told me that, and it just took me like a little bit longer to believe it. And it was just like other things that they had going on that like made her like want to stay. But then she was like, oh, we've been together this long, like it's not worth it being with you anymore. So then she dipped for 6 months, and then we come back. They've been gone for 6 months. She on a little date. He, you know, he a little, what you doing on a date? And they get to doing things. But yeah, I would say it was a great book. I liked it. I think it's a great start to the series. And I can't wait to read the next book in that series. So I think I gave that book like a cool. It was a good book. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Real tea. It was also like, if you're into like steamy, spicy books, that's the book for you. Now it's time for the next pick. Now it's time for the next pick. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, let's see. Number 2. All right, let's see what number 2 is. The next book is Where There's Smoke by Erica Alexander. I have no idea what this book's about. I don't remember what this book's about. I think I know what they're all about because I said I wanted to read them, but I don't remember what this one's about, though. I don't remember what most of it about until I actually read the description again, but I just know that it's on this list. I mean, I wanted to read it. Okay, so Where There's Smoke, a small town sapphic romance. Oh, hashtag, I'm very excited about this. I haven't read a sapphic book in a while. Damn. Yeah, I haven't read a sapphic book in a while, and I'm really excited. And it's black. They're both black. Yo. Yo. All right. Today is December 22nd. I don't remember when's the last time I filmed for this video. I fear I don't remember, but there is a lot to catch up on. Now, over the past couple of days, according to my notes, I finished His Majesty on December 14th. I don't even remember what I said I liked about it, but I want to go back and say that I liked it enough that I wanted to read it again. That being said, I did in fact finish Where There's Smoke. And I liked it. I did. I have really enjoyed it. I finished that, according to my notes, December 20th. I really liked that book. That book was really tea. One thing I will say about it, it was a good read. I can't lie. Freaking what's her name? Dang, I didn't forgot their names. Hold up. Oh, okay. So Fee, it was Fee and Angel. Okay. One thing I loved about Fee didn't play about her girl. Fee was very vocal about like how she felt about Angel, and I love that. Like from the jump. Well, maybe not from like the beginning of the story, beginning-esque, she was very much, that's my girl, that's my woman, I want her, she is mine, cut all these other girls out. And I love that energy out of her. That was some great energy to see. And I can't lie, the description of her was kind of like so crazy to me because like a couple days ago, or maybe last week, I watched this video on YouTube that was like, I think it was like lesbians go on a blind date, and there was this one lesbian. Well, okay, so the way the video went, it was just one girl and she was literally blindfolded, and then they had 5 lesbians and they were like getting connected through all of the, what's it called, senses, all the senses. And it was a TV video, but one of the girls on there, literally she fits the description of Fee, like down to like the colored locks. And like I remember like the girl who was blindfolded, like she had felt her biceps and was like, OMG, you're so muscly. And they talked about Fee being muscly. So it was like so crazy because like, dang, I just watched a video of somebody who fits your description. So that was tea. I won't lie. If you haven't read the book and you want to read the book, maybe skip past this part because I'm about to tell you something that pissed me off. One thing that did piss me off, okay, at some point I got over it, but it did piss me off that after that fire, when Angel was in a hospital, she was talking about some, I thought I was about to get freaking 3rd act breakup. And one thing about me, I know they're inevitable for a lot of the books that I read, but I don't like no 3rd act breakup. It makes no sense to me. Most of the times with 3rd act breakups, they don't be making no sense in the first place. So why would you? Nonetheless, for this one specifically, I won't lie, she was pissing me off because she was like, OMG, I feel like it's my fault, rah, 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 pushing Fee away. Did that make sense to you? Because that did not make no sense to me. Like, okay. I do get it in the sense of like, oh, I feel really bad that I didn't listen to you and you got hurt. Okay, I could get that. But why are we gonna sit up here? I don't remember how many pages it was. So it wasn't a lot of pages, but it was some pages. You had me sitting up here and you pushing that girl away. And that was pissing me off because what are we doing? Y'all are both in the hospital right now. If any time y'all should be closer than ever, why are you pushing that girl away? All right. Okay. But then something she got over it, I think. I don't really remember. I should have made this review like right when I finished reading it. Because kind of don't remember. But I do remember that Fee ended up going to the cabin, and Angel sending Fee to the cabin is different than when Angel's pushing Fee away, because Angel sending Fee to the cabin was more of like, oh, Fee, like, you need to get out of here, like, because she has a bad background with hospitals. I like that, you know, really knowing what's going on with your girl, knowing what's with your girl, that's so tea. But when she had just, like, woke up and she was all on that rah, 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 I don't know, we need some... Shut up. Don't like that. Oh, also, what was up with that dude, with that boy? What's that boy name? I don't remember that boy name. But he had the nerve to sit up there. They eating crawfish. They eating crawfish. And this boy coming there talking about some, you aborted our baby. What? Mind you, if you ever watch Grey's Anatomy, this is very much Owen Hunt, Christine Gang-esque. Because they at that party, on Grey's Anatomy, if you ever watch Grey's Anatomy, on Grey's Anatomy, they at that party, and then Owen like, how could I ever forget you aborted my baby? It gave the same energy. And is that one of the reasons that maybe I do hold a grudge over Owen Hunt? Yes. So this is why I will hold a grudge over this boy, this man whose name I don't even know. Yeah, he's a man, which makes it even worse because it's not even like, oh, I'm a little, it's not even like, oh, I'm a little teenager. Oh, I'm doing little teenager thing. You're a grown man. That girl just turned freaking, I think 30. So you gotta be grown. Like, and that pissed me off because, okay, your feelings can be valid about that situation. You feel how you feel when you feel how you feel. But for you to go up in there when they're having this whole public event and you stand up in there and let everybody know something that didn't have nothing to do with everybody else. You brought everybody else. And all right, technical difficulties. But I digress. He came up in there and it's pissing me off once again, but he came over there and he put everybody in their business, and it happened such a long time ago, and it just didn't make no sense to me because I don't, one thing about me, I don't like when people's airing out their business with other people in front of other people that ain't got nothing to do with that. I'll just sit up there and let all these people know that this happened to y'all years ago. Mind you, you are hurt by the situation. I understand that. Feelings are valid. But you don't think just because she made that choice doesn't mean that she didn't feel no type of way about having to make that choice. Like, at the end of the day, you also don't know what her feelings behind that was. And you coming up here and how much of a sensitive topic that is for her. So you come up in there and you telling all these people y'all personal business? That don't make no sense to me. Why would that be a logical choice? Why would that make any sense? And that didn't make no sense to me, and that pissed me off. I didn't like that. But I did like this though. This was a tea book. I can't lie. You know, they got married at the end. They got engaged. I think they had an epilogue, but I don't know. Something about me, a lot of times I skip epilogues unless it's smut. I really don't know what that says about me, but sometimes a happily ever after is like, does it matter? Like, no. Like it matters, but I don't know, like, just the fact that I know that y'all are happy and y'all have a happily ever after, sometimes that's enough for me. So I think I might have zoomed through the epilogue. If there even was an epilogue. I think there was an epilogue. I don't remember what happened though. Do I remember what happened? Maybe there wasn't one. I don't know. Post editing kind of. You let them know if there was an epilogue. But I do remember them, the last chapter, they got engaged. I also kind of sped through that because that felt kind of epilogue-y. I'm glad they got married though. Like, we knew that was gonna happen. I'm glad they got married. I think I thought it was cute. I don't know. Once you get to the, you know, because at some point it did start to feel a little slow to me. The eyes just start going over the words, not really grasping the words. So honestly, I really don't know. One thing I did like about it is the writing. Like, in the beginning, the author, what's her name? What's the author's name? Erica Alexander. Erica put in the author's note, like, oh, I'm from the South. Like, this was set in Louisiana. And she was like, I'm from Louisiana. I'm writing this the way that, you know, people from, like, where I'm from speak. Someone from the South, like, I will say that I did enjoy, like, the characters spoke in a way that made a lot of sense to me. But did they really speak Southern? I don't know. They didn't. It wasn't like a bad, like, you know how sometimes people portray the South like a certain way and it isn't maybe necessarily the way that like where you are from the South is. Like, I feel like sometimes when I see how the South is portrayed, it's different than like the South that like I grew up in. Which, you know, obviously nuances and stuff, like everything isn't always going to be exactly the way that you grew up, exactly the way that it was, but it didn't seem weird to me. It didn't feel, did it feel weird? I don't think it felt weird. It was a small, you know what it is? It was a small town. Am I from a small town? No. But like, what's her name? God dang it, I forgot her name again. Angel was walking from place to place. Like, they was walking all over their town, which is like, a side note, I would love to live in a walkable city. I feel like walkable cities are so underrated, and I want to, like, at least one point in my life, I want to live in a walkable city because that seems so tea. Girly Pop works at a bakery. She said, oh, I want to take my break. Let me go back to my girlfriend's job. She went back to her girlfriend's job over her break. Okay, so she was taking long breaks because she was like the owner or whatever, so maybe it was like, you know, whatever. But that's so tea, like the thought of being like, well, let me just like walk over to my girlfriend, let me drop off, like that's so cute to me. I love it. The gays. Be who you are for your pride. Don't hide. What else about this book? Is there anything else that I like? I like the book, I can't lie. Is there anything else? A little thing. But I really did like the fact that they had to drive to New Orleans to like take their flight. Because like if you're from Louisiana, you've been in Louisiana, like that's the big Louisiana airport for real. That really take you everywhere you need to go in Louisiana. Right? Yeah, everywhere you need to go for real. So I thought that was like so cute. Like that they actually, that she put that in there, because that like shows like, oh, like she really do be in Louisiana for real, because like I feel like that's so tea. And maybe I am biased because that's the only airport that I ever go to when I leave Louisiana, but nonetheless, I thought that was so cute and I appreciated that so much. All right, on to the next. So this brings me back to me liking His Majesty enough that I wanted to read it again, because I read another book. And I know in the beginning of this episode, I was like, oh, like, you know, I got this box, I'm gonna pull numbers, I know I'm gonna read, blah, 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 blah. But I finished Where There's Smoke on December 20th. I didn't feel like filming yesterday. Or was I busy yesterday? Was I say busy? Nonetheless, I didn't film. But I got in that bed. At the end of the day, I got in the bed. I said, I want to read something. And I was like, I could reread His Majesty. And I was like, no. We're trying to meet a goal. We're reading books. We're pushing forward. So I was like, let me just read the next book in the series if I want to read His Majesty so bad again. Because I knew I didn't want to read When There's Smoke again, because I literally just finished it. But I was like, His Majesty, that's short. I can get through it. This would be a good little thing to read before I go to bed. And then I read Midnight. It was good. I loved it. It was a good read. It was a good read. I can't lie. I can't lie. It was a good read. The description. It was supposed to be one night. A one-off to quell my curiosity and my thirst. Thirst? Let me back in. It said it was supposed to be one night, a one-off to quell my curiosity and quench my thirst. It didn't really go that way though. And does it ever even go that way? Because one thing about y'all, you people, if you on the other side of this camera, you're one of these, this is for you. One thing about y'all, when it's two or more people, I'll use two for now. When there's two people and y'all sit there and y'all look at each other and y'all say, let's hunch one good time to get it out of our system so that we can go back to being normal. Y'all was never normal in the first place. Y'all was never normal in the first place. Because for y'all to sit up there, for y'all to sit... Why would you sit in my face? Why would you sit in my face and tell me that y'all sitting right there and y'all say y'all were going to hunch one time to get it out your system? You really think that I believe that that's going to get it out your system and y'all going to call it quits? Okay, maybe sometimes this happens, but this is a book. And this book wouldn't be 79 pages long. Doesn't even know. But it's a one shot. So this book would be 79 pages long. If y'all hunch, well, actually the book could be 75 pages long. if y'all just hunch one time and call it a night. But they didn't hunch just one time and called it a night. They hunched one time a year ago. I think a couple more times, and then we in the presence. And Tyler, she's in a drought. What? I got some pressure. What? How that song go? Tyler was up in that club. First of all, she was up in that club off that yak. All right, first of all, she was drinking. She was sitting up in that restaurant, and she was very much, I got some pressure built up. That's what she was giving. That's what her mentality. That's what her sister clocked her. And she was like, girl, what Beyonce said? No, what did Beyonce say? Beyonce. What did Beyonce say? She said, even my girls know it's been, and freakum Jess, she said, my girls know it's been so long. Even my girls said it's been too long. You know how it go. Nonetheless, that's what it was giving. So she went over to a man at the bar. She said, oh, he's fine. Let me see. She go over there. She like, oh my God, are you married before I flirt with you? He like, no, I'm not married. She said, well, then why I have to come up to you first? And he said, because I'm not interested. I said, oh. Right. He said he wasn't interested. She said, oh. You're not interested. And he was like, because you're off limits. He like, who said I'm off limits? He said, Midnight said you're off limits. He said, Midnight? Then she ended up in that man's office. Guys, clap if you're surprised. Because we're not surprised. Of course, if she's looking for somebody to go home with, she going to Midnight. She didn't even go to his office. Actually, I think she went to his house. You've been drinking. You got some pressure built up. You go into that man's house. That man's house. And you want me to act like I'm surprised when you go up in there and y'all hunch? Who's surprised? Clap if you're surprised. Exactly. So they hunched. And one thing about Midnight, he know but he won't. And he won't Tyler. And Tyler playing all them games, I can't lie. Tyler was playing all them games. Tyler, actually, girl, not since you was pissing me off. But girl, you was okay pissing me off because that man knew what he wanted. That man wanted you. And you over here, you didn't want to be with that man. Okay. Low-key kind of okay. Kind of she's valid. Because maybe we all haven't. But I feel like a lot of people have experienced a situation where two friends in a friend group start doing things. They get together, whatever, have some type of non-platonic relationship. And then those two friends, they call it quits. So then now the friend group was a little bit like, well, the friend group is messed up a little bit. Their sides taking, this, that, and the third. I can understand her feeling like that. I really do. But at some point, it's pissing me off. You're pissing me off. She pissed me off. I can't lie. She pissed me off a little bit. Just a little bit. But Midnight got her together. Ooh, I hate to be saying this, white man, black woman, in that. No, I hate to be saying it in that context, but he got her together in the best way possible. You read that book to find out how he did that. But it was a great read. It was real. 79 pages. It gets you there. So let's pick this next one. All right, next book. All right, let me open. I pulled out the paper. Let me open my list. I don't even have my list open. So unprofessional of me. Need to get together. All right. Next book. All right. So the next book is number 7. 7 is Yours by Sean. We read that. I already read Yours by Sean. We read His Majesty. We met Midnight. Yours was the first book in the series. So I read Yours. Wait. No, it's not. Hold up. My order isn't in order. Let me go. Yours is the third one. So I'm going to read Yours. So today is December 23rd. And I finished Yours by Sean. I finished it this morning. And I liked it. And the two main characters were, what's their name? Bro, I only just read this. Ryan and Sebastian. Ryan and Sebastian. Okay, cool. So boom, I actually really love them together. Ooh. All right, earthquake in this. I love them together. I can't lie. Okay, so Sebastian owns a tattoo shop. Tyler owns the barbershop, as I said from the description. They go to this book club together. He started going to this book club because he wanted to start talking to her. And they have been in this book club for months. And she had a crush on him. He ain't know. He wanted her. She ain't know. Like, it was... See, like, they were both, like, they both wanted each other, but neither of them knew that they wanted each other. And one thing that I did love about this book, I guess... this is sort of a trope. I love when somebody who's like been in a previous relationship and like they weren't really reassured or like in the sense of like they weren't really valued in their relationship, and then they get in a relationship with someone else who does value them and like really like changes that thought process about them. Because Ryan, her ex, because her ex had popped up actually. Actually, I'm not quite honest. I wish this book was longer. This one right here, I wish this was longer. They was at an art gallery. This is after... Am I going too far ahead of myself? I don't know. But they ran into her ex. Well, her ex ran into them. Well, they was all at an art gallery. And Sebastian over there talking to his brother, Kiki ya, and then he sees somebody come up to his girl. He like, who is that? Who's coming up to my girl? And he's like, my girl don't look too comfortable. Let me go over there. Let me see what this is about. So he go over there. He see what this is about. It's her ex. All right. You didn't have to tell Sebastian that was her ex. That this was the one that was doing all this stuff, because like Ryan like felt like she didn't deserve to like be catered to, or like didn't deserve to, or like she didn't believe that someone could like actually feel the way that Sebastian was feeling about her. And Sebastian was very out loud about his feelings about her. Like he was like, you're mine, like this is like, if you with me, I got you, like no matter what, I got you, like it don't matter, like you're mine, this not changing, it's not changing. And she was kind of apprehensive about that, which is like, I get it, in the sense of like, if she's been in a relationship with this man who talked down about her. Because in the beginning of the book, her ex was like, you got a flashback to like when she was with her ex, and her ex was like, oh, see, this is why I'm cheating with you, because you're not good in bed, so that's why I'm cheating on you. I love you, but you don't satisfy me, so that's why I'm cheating on you. And it's like, that was only a snippet, so I can imagine what the whole relationship was about, or how he was in that whole relationship, if this is just like one snippet we saw about that relationship. So her ex, I don't even remember what her ex was trying to like talk about. Like what was that? Who's that man trying to talk about? I don't even really remember. Obviously it wasn't important. I don't know. But he needs to mind his business. I can't lie, he needs to mind his business. But I love this book. It was really good. I think this is a good book, and I wish it was longer than this, because the way it ended, like it had ended, like I saw the end at the end of the page. I said, wait, what do you mean the end? Like, because they were at this art gallery, you know, when she went to the ex, and when Sebastian was talking to his brother, he was like, oh, like his brother was like, oh, she doesn't know that you painted that, you didn't tell her. He was like, no, I didn't tell her, like, and I'm not gonna sign it unless somebody buy it. And she had been eyeing that art piece down, so I'm thinking, oh, she about to buy that, she about to be like, oh, I want this art piece. She about to be like, oh, that's me, I drew that. They about to have a moment. That never happened. Like, they was in an art gallery, they had went to the back, they had hunch, and then like that was the end. And I was like, no, she's about to find out that you do that thing. Like, what's tea, bro? Like she was literally supposed to find out, and she didn't find out. So